Good morning, welcome back to Morning at NTV. My name is Malaki Vilodera. So we're just a few days shy of Christmas, and we thought that how can we do Friday differently? So the conversation today will be how to make a quick, delicious, sumptuous meal, of course, at the comfort of your own kitchen with basic ingredients. So today in the show, I'm joined by Chef Robert, and later on we'll be joined by Chef Vijay. Chef Vijay, actually here it is. So we have Chef Vijay. Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Good morning. So we have Chef Vijay and Chef Robert. So briefly, they're going to tell us what they're going to help us prepare today. What do we have in store today?
Today is making ma'am that's Moroccan game tagini, and popular is West African. It's Moroccan style, little bit sweet and spices. That's it.
Okay. And Robert, so is it a quick meal to prepare? How many minutes will it take us?
It will take us just in 20 minutes.
Okay.
So we can prepare very fast.
All right, let's get into it. So I think we move to the ingredients, right? All right, okay. So kindly tell us, what do we have?
Garlic, chopped tomato, and chopped coriander, chopped onion, red onion. You can also add the white onion, but white onion little bit sweetish, and this one not sweet. This one little bit spicy.
Right.
And dates, and almond, and
Ginger.
apricot, chopped ginger, chickpeas, chopped and carrots, cream, butters, and cucumber, and mix ups, and dill.
Okay.
And this one is spices, chili powder, and cumin powder, and turmeric powder.
At least I know turmeric. So this is spices that you can find locally easily?
Yeah, we can get it.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so let's start. It's 20 minutes. Time check. All right. We are at around, it's 8:40? No, 7:40. So if it's 20 minutes by 8, we should have our full meal. So he's lighting up the fire. Of course, when it comes to professional kitchens, every single second counts. So that's how they light up the fire here at the lawn. So actually we are yes?
Lighting the fire.
Okay. All right. So we are the lawns. I'm sure you guys have seen this. The lawns are located along Acacia Avenue, Kololo area. So this is where we are at today. And we're making a sumptuous meal for you, just teaching you how to do it from scratch, of course, to this point. And like he said, we're going to be having Moroccan spiced mixed game meat. And then we're going to have also some rice. And this time around, the rice is the Moroccan saffron rice. So as you can see on your screens, yes, so you've begun with the ginger?
Yes, chopped garlic.
All right. Ginger and garlic.
Yes. It's ginger, chopped ginger.
Okay.
Make them brown. After starting the cook.
All right. So they have to turn brown first.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to give you people some space, eh? I'm seeing that you're using one of those things we call dovetailing. One person does one as the other one does the other one, so we can keep time. This is interesting. So, Chef Vijay, what are you preparing on that end? Is it the saffron rice or the meat?
No, ma'am. It's game tagini.
Okay.
Mixed game tagini.
All right. Okay. So guys, watch keenly. You could try this at home, either today, over the weekend, over Christmas. If you have a pen and a paper, just be sure to, note down some of these tips. And one day you could surprise your family. So that's what's happening. He's now putting in, the onions in. And he says that you have to make sure that they turn golden brown. So let's see how that turns out. Already we are having, delicious smell in the kitchen. Yeah, so let's see how that goes. And now I understand how it will take us 20 minutes, because your fire is quite, like you have, your fire is a lot. So Chef Vijay, what are the, benefits of this type of meat? Is it just proteins? What exactly?
It's very, very nice meat, ma'am. It's coming from South Africa. And importing for South Africa, but it's wild meat, it's game meat.
Okay.
Very popular. And I'm mixing here ostrich, wildebeest, blessed buck, and impala.
Okay. All right. Robert, this is rice. So I've seen you put in water.
boil the water. After boiling the water, then I put the rice.
Okay. All right. So it's just the normal process. You just put in a little bit of oil
Yeah,
and
I put
water
it,
to
yeah.
boil.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm keen to watch this because with the posh name, Moroccan saffron rice, you'd think that the process is totally different. But hey, they first put oil and water as usual as we do with the normal rice. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Oh, so into the rice, you put in butter. Mm-hmm.
And cream. Just add a little bit cream.
Okay, so there in goes the cream. Brilliant, brilliant. So, I mean, this cooker of yours is quite fast because already the water is boiling and you've just put it now. It's not even, 5 minutes in. So we put in a little bit of milk, we put in butter.
Salt.
Okay, and salt as usual. Okay. So, Robert, what's that? What are you trying to put in?
Saffron.
Oh, that's saffron. So that's what makes it saffron rice.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So let's see. Interesting. What are the benefits of saffron, though?
Very nice, ma'am, for the skin and stomach. It's very, very nice. But almost it's the India's what is called
The chili?
not chili.
No, it's not a chili.
It's come that yellow color, and it's very nice.
Oh,
Very, very nice.
So it will make our rice a little bit
Yellow color.
Yellow. Okay. Is it spicy? Is it?
No,
It's subtle. Okay, all right. So it's true. By the way, the water is already turning. We're seeing some yellow color.
Bay leaf,
Okay.
tomato,
So in goes the bay leaves
and cinnamon.
and some cinnamon as
Cinnamon
well.
stick.
Okay. Guys, and funny enough, we're using raw herbs, like raw spices. So you've seen the bay leaf literally and the cinnamon literally, not the pounded one, not the crushed one. So let's see how this goes.
This is rice.
All right. I've noted that the rice is still wet. Okay, in the African contest, we first wash it, leave it aside to dry, because we always fear that maybe it will turn out to look as sticky as posho.
Yeah.
So that's not the case with this rice. Is it because the quality of the rice is good?
Yeah, its quality very good. This is basmati, Sila basmati. That is from India, but it's very nice flavor and very nice tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see that. And that's it, chef. We don't have to do anything more. We leave it to cook and that's it.
Just you leave it that one, and it's after 10 minutes you see them. The water is already soft, and after it's already cooked. We check that after 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So on that other side, they're busy making sure that our Moroccan spiced mixed game meat is, whipped up.
Just adding some salt.
Okay, so some salt goes in.
Tomatoes get made,
Uh-huh.
and this one cumin powder.
Okay. So we have spices going in. We've had salt for seasoning and taste.
Cumin powder.
Okay, some turmeric as well for the color and also
Color and it's very good.
the benefits, right? Okay,
Chili powder. It's little bit spicy
Okay.
and sweet.
Oh, the chili is sweet and spicy at the same time? What type of chili is that?
It's Kashmiri chili, ma'am.
Okay.
It's coming from Kashmir. It's very nice chili. Its color also not also too sweet, not too sweet.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that chili can actually be sweet. So, yeah, we have different options of chili today. We've got to learn. I won't get my hands dirty today because we have 20 minutes to show you this and they have to do their thing.
Meat.
So in goes the
Yeah, meat.
game meat.
Game meat.
Okay.
Now I'm cooking the slow fire.
Is the game meat pre-cooked though?
No,
It's raw.
raw. It's raw. Raw.
It already looks really nice, as you can see on your screens. Wow. So let's see how long it takes for game meat to cook. Normally beef takes longer, but so he's just putting the game meat.
Water.
Okay.
Stock water for the beef.
What's in the stock water though?
It's beef bone and some spices.
Okay. All right. So beef bone and some spices. So let's see how that goes. The cameraman is zooming in. Let's see how those spices do their miracle in there, thanks to, you know, the heat underneath. So yeah, and our rice is almost cooking as well, Robert.
It's still steaming.
Now adding some carrots.
Okay. So we're also adding some carrots into the game meat.
Yeah.
Some dates. It's come the little bit sweetness.
Okay.
Dates flavor.
So some flavor there as well. Ha.
It's apricot.
Uh-huh. Let me ask you though, Africans always say that we want our food simple, but I've seen that you've used quite a number of spices. Won't the tongue get confused?
Home, I hope you enjoy this one. If you also want to cook them home.
Right.
It's very good. But you don't have the game meat. You can cook the beef, chicken, and goat, fish,
Okay.
like that.
All right. Robert, do you use all these spices at home?
Yeah, those things are cheaper. You can get in our market. It is here.
But the question is, as Africans, we don't like too much spices in our food. So how do you make sure that you still end up putting in all the spices but not losing out on the actual, you know, natural flavors of the actual ingredients that you use? For example, if it's meat, how do we end up not losing all that naturalness as we put in the spices?
You can just estimate just little, not put too much. The way chefs we do our things, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really, you like those things, spices. It is very cheap. You can get it in our markets near. Very nice.
So the secret is just put little. Don't put too much. Okay.
The moment you put too much, it gets spoiled.
Ah, I get you. Yeah. All right. So that's the secret. Our rice is cooking so fast, Robert.
Yes, now we have. This is like a steamer, so it comes very fast.
I've noticed though that you have reduced the heat.
Yes.
What's the secret in that?
The secret to go slowly, then to dry very fast.
So initially you use high heat, and
Yes.
when it's mid-cooked, you
Yes,
reduce.
All
All right.
Put the high heat, that rice should is not cooked. That rice should is raw. You put the slow heat, rice cooked very soft and nicely.
Okay. All right. Okay. Brilliant. So our meat is now boiling, but I've noticed also the fire is not as much as it was initially. Is it intentional? Okay. All right. So how long will it take us for the meat to actually cook well? Because we always know that, for example, if it's beef takes longer to cook compared to white meat. So how long will it take for this one? It's game meat?
Just 20 minutes, ma'am.
20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay. And are we going to get to a point whereby we also simmer?
Yeah,
We'll also simmer.
yeah.
Just get us to understand why we have to simmer our stews, our meats, because whenever you're reading up, you know, fresh ingredients or recipes, you always get to that point where they say, simmer for 20 minutes. What are the benefits of simmering, Robert?
No, I think it is very simple. It can take. It depends the way you are cooking.
Okay.
So it takes very fast.
Okay. So the simmering bit, and simmering basically means, I stand to be corrected, cooking your food on low heat, of course, when covering. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I'm not doing so bad. Okay. So after the rice is ready, are we going to remove the bay leaf? Or are we going to leave it in there?
No.
After it's removed that side, it's just come the inside aroma, that flavor.
That bring the
Flavor,
flavor.
flavor, bay leaf flavor, cinnamon flavor,
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. So all the natural herbs as they are, we have to remove them. But you also don't have to remove them if you don't mind them in your plate, right?
Yeah, you should don't mind.
Yeah.
You can eat someone eat also that one. Is don't mind.
Okay.
It's very nice.
All right. The other thing that you'll be learning today, someone once told me that you have to entice your guests. So it's not just about how delicious the food is, but also how you present it. So I'm looking forward to the presentation.
You will hate it. We are going to show you.
Yeah, so we have 5 minutes to go. Our food is almost ready. I'm actually looking forward to the presentation now. I said today I won't get my hands dirty because we have a short span of time, and we need to make sure that we do this in the easiest way possible. And today I'm an amateur, so I just leave it in the hands of the chefs to do it. Thankfully, they had already, you know, chopped up the recipes, the ingredients that we needed. Already we came in and the ginger was ready, the onions were ready, all the spices were ready. So it was just a matter of getting into the game, and that is the cooking process. So it's Christmas period, and just in case you're joining us today, we are with Chef Vijay, and he's teaching us how to, you know, just mix up a very quick, delicious, sumptuous meal at the comfort of your home. And this is, you said saffron rice?
Yes, saffron.
Saffron rice, and what's on this other end?
Mixed game tagini.
Okay. Guys, today we're cooking meat, game meat, not a beef. It's game meat. So let's see how that goes. And chef,
This game meat is very popular for our restaurant, Dalon.
Right.
It's almost get the 10 years. 10 years,
Right.
that's the restaurant.
Right.
Very popular. And our guests also like that one. Regular customers very like this game meat.
let me ask you, is it locally available?
Not, ma'am. It's coming from South Africa.
So we have to import it.
Imported.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Robert, why don't we have game meat in the country?
Really, that one I cannot answer because they don't allow these things here in Uganda.
They don't allow
Like
the game meat
game
in.
is from our for you see the way we protect our things.
Right.
Here in Uganda we
I
do.
get you. Yeah. Our
So
wildlife.
our wildlife we cannot spoil, so we get from outside,
Yeah.
then we make from here.
Interesting. Chef Vijay, just let me in on this one. What's the difference between beef and game meat in terms of nutrients and nutrition aspects? Do we have any differences?
Yes, ma'am. Lots of difference. Is this one coming from South Africa, and this beef is locally can buy, and lots of taste also is different. Taste also different. The
We had a technical hitch, but today we have to have our food, come what may. So right here, our food is almost ready, and Chef Vijay, I've seen you add in some honey.
Just it's come a little bit sweet, and it's spicy, little bit sweet and spicy. You do not feel the sweet, or that you don't feel the spices. It's killing that spices, that sweetness.
Okay. So how do you get to measure that? Because maybe if you don't want your food to taste so salty and not so sweet, how do you get to measure that?
Just a spoon. I'm using the tablespoon, that salt, that spices, and everything is a measure for that. Something is like onion, cucumber, tomatoes, what using for that hand. I know that I'm working that minimum 25 years. I know this thing. How can
years.
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the guys who can measure your ingredients and closing your eyes.
10 years I'm getting for that Uganda.
Yeah.
10 years. The
Really?
loans restaurant. 10 years, more than 10 years. But I'm very happy. I'm first time learning for the year game meat, and I've never seen the India the game meat using. But I'm first time learning here game meat.
All right, and let me just throw this question into you. You have been here for quite a long time. Have you also learned to whip up local foods?
Yes, ma'am. I learned for local food the matoki, jinet, nakati, poso, and dodos, and jinet sauce. I learned a lot of things.
Okay.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
so today I want you to just speak to the camera, just for someone who is joining us today. What are we making today?
Today I make the mixed game tagni and chaperone rice. That's it. And I hope you enjoy. You also can cook the home. It's very nice, very simple recipe. And I saw the ingredient for you.
Right.
It's very simple. And you can also cook into your home.
Okay. All right. Robert, just take us through the ingredients again. What exactly will it take for us to come up with this meal at home? What do I need to purchase?
When we want to purchase,
Okay.
these things it is very common in our market, as I told you. This is, I told it is ginger,
Yeah.
this is tomato, this is garlic, bay leaves, coriander.
Is it dried though?
This is not,
It
it's
is
not dry.
fresh, eh?
This is
Only that
very
it's been
fresh.
exposed to air. Okay.
Then this,
What we know as dania.
it is, you know it as a dania. For
Yeah.
us, we call coriander.
Okay.
Yes, this one apricot, dates, nuts. You can get it all in the supermarket. You can get all the carrots you can get, chickpeas you can also get from our supermarkets here near. Milk, it is there. This is cucumber, chopped. This is butter. You can get also honey, a deal, not the other deal.
Yeah.
Deal herb. Also.
Dill herb.
Yes.
Not dill seeds. I know we have dill seeds.
Yeah,
Are they
also-
the same family?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have, this is fresh one.
Uh-huh.
Yes, this is sweet chili, as chef told you.
Yeah.
Turmeric powder.
Yeah. And soy sauce as well, and olive oil.
Yes, please.
Let me ask you this question. I've noticed that with many, many kind of, chefs and also many restaurants prefer using olive oil to, the basic liquid oil that we see in our shelves. What are the benefits of olive oil?
Benefit means which is very good for the health, and someone is like what is it called them?
It has not too much fat.
Not too much fat, and you can use this one for the salad and for cooking and everything. And you also want to do normal way. Sunflower also is best oil.
Right.
Sunflower. I'm also using for deep fry for sunflower oil.
Right.
It's very nice.
Okay. So the major benefit is the cholesterol levels are down. It's a healthy go-to kind of oil to use in our kitchens. But kitchenote, it's expensive. So if you're the kind of person who looks at every coin, olive oil, you'll find it slightly expensive compared to the oil that you're used to. But if you can afford it, just for the sake of your health and that of your family, go for olive oil. But people will say that if I have a big family, if I have a family that liked deep fried foods, I mean, this bottle of oil will just take me 3 days.
You can buy sunseed also, it's also healthy.
Okay. So, sunset.
Sunflower oil also is very nice.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have sunflower and sunseed. So if we can't afford the olive oil, go for those two options. So just explain to us, is our rice ready? I thought it should be ready by now. Okay, so maybe the camera guy can zoom in. So let's see how the rice is. Chef Vijay, are we able to see the rice in?
Rice, ma'am.
Okay.
What is there?
Uh-huh.
You can see the water, and it come a little bit dry. I get the ready. It's
And-
just 5 minutes.
5 minutes
Yes,
to
ma'am.
go.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've noticed that, when we're cooking our rice, we always fear stirring it as it cooks because we fear that it's going to get sticky. But for this one, I'm just seeing you guys, stir it up. So is it because of the quality of rice again?
Yes, quality of rice.
Okay.
Is this one basmati rice? Sila. It's called the Sila basmati rice. It's very nice and very tasty. I never get the break. It's come the long. It's very, very nice rice.
Okay.
Even
But
it depends the measurements of water. If you don't measure, you just pour water, it cannot make it as well.
teach us today, what should be the appropriate measurement of water?
It is very simple. Or 1 kg, use 2 cups. That's 1 liter.
1 kg, 2 cups?
Yes.
Okay. Or
No, 4 cups.
Okay. So if it's 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And how about, there's some types of rice that really don't go with that particular ratio. You put 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice and still your rice doesn't cook. So what happens in that case? Do you simmer?
You put the more water, can the rice get the loose. It's not coming that what is coming the mess.
Okay.
But its measurement is water. Its rice is come the nice. For one pieces can you see them. But you put the lots of water, your rice always come the mess.
Right. Okay, Robert, I want you to come here and just explain to us why you adding more water into our meat.
It was going to dry, so let me put little water to make it soft again.
Okay. So what we're learning today is you have to be keen when you're cooking. Don't cook as your attention is elsewhere because now you've noticed that your meat needs more water. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I've seen that now we've simmered it, like we've lowered the heat. What are the benefits of that, again, for the meat this time round?
Put the slow heat, that meat comes nice tender, soft, and nice tasty. You put the fast heat, meat can burn, and inside is raw. It's tough. Meat is to get that up, but it's not come the nice taste. You put the solo heat, it get good.
Okay, and I want you to look into that camera and just tell us today, for beef, many a times we have to pre-cook it before we get into, you know, frying it or making it into stew, because we believe that red meat is really tough and hard. So with, you know, game meat, is it the same case? Do you have to pre-cook it or, you know, steam it prior before you actually get into putting it into stew or frying it?
Not ma'am, like the stew you can cook them before, but like steak, you cook them immediately. Some guests want rare, blue, medium rare, medium to well done. Well done should take time to something 25 minutes, but blue is just only 5 minutes, and just rare and just 7 to 8 minutes, and medium rare is take the 10 minutes, and medium is take the 15 to 20 minutes.
Let me ask you a question, Robert. For us Africans, we love our meat, you know, well done, well done. It has to be well cooked, real, you know, ready inside. So I'm sure when it comes to guests who want their meat blue, then it goes to the process of preserving your meat so that it doesn't get contaminated. So how should we be storing our meat at home? Because most of us take that for granted. How do we store our meat at home to ensure that it's not contaminated? Especially this time of Christmas, we know people will be doing their shopping in bulk. So if you're doing your meat purchases, you're doing that in bulk. So how should we go about preserving our meat at home to ensure that it's not contaminated?
So it depends. If you don't have like a fridge, you can smoke it. Then after smoking, you keep it. If you have a fridge, you can keep it in the fridge. There's no any problem.
Is it the fridge or the freezer segment if you don't want to use it immediately?
Yes, if you don't want to use it immediately, you can put it in the freezer. It can stay there. If there are two ways. There's people who cannot afford. You can just smoke it on the fire, then to get dry, you keep it well.
Is smoking roasting? What's the difference?
It is smoking.
How do you do it? For example, in an urban home in Kampala, it's an urban environment. How do I go about smoking?
Anyway, people, we can use the called weber. If you have like money, you can buy a weber, then you smoke it. But it might be roasting. You can also put in his skewers, then you put on your fire as a kasigiri, the way they say.
Right.
It can also dry.
So roasting also is an option
Yes.
of, you know, preserving your
Yes,
meat.
please, yes,
Okay, Chef Vijay.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to preserving this meat, of course, we know, like I said, when you have guests who want blue meat, blue meat, and that means that you have to preserve the meat quite well so it doesn't get contaminated and the guests don't get sick about it. No. So when it comes to, he has told me about the preservation process, but tell us about the cleaning process before you get to cook it. How should we be cleaning our meat? Do we clean it before we chop it or clean it after chopping it?
Not ma'am.
That's the camera?
When it's come the meat from South Africa, I check them. It's good and not good. After I take the butchery and it's cut for the steak form, and after I do the marinade, immediately, and I have the vacuum machine, vacuum sealing. Vacuum sealing do not get the inside bacteria. When this order comes, just I keep the some 2%, 3% out and defrosting, and after you cook them, it's not get anything.
Let me ask you a question. You've said that if you go to the butcher and buy the meat that has already been chopped, you don't have to wash it. But the process of marination is quote unquote disinfected in itself. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So the marination process just kills bacteria in its own.
Kill bacteria and flush is that vacuum sealing. Vacuum seal is inside, not go the ears. You go the ears is something is go the bacteria. That's why I'm keeping the vacuum.
Okay. All right. Okay, Robert, just tell us today, of course we're using big terms and I know that this is almost ready. Just tell us this, when we talk of marination, what is that?
A marination, those are, we combine all the spices, then we put it in.
You put the meat in?
Yes. Then after, as the chef told you, the way we keep it, then we wrap it in somewhere, we keep it in our fridges.
Okay, so in here, okay. Coriander, so it's the last thing that goes in.
Yes.
Okay, so that means, yeah.
It's almost done.
All right.
You want to taste them, can taste. It's very nice, lovely dish,
Okay.
and very interesting.
Okay, you've actually put off the fire now, so our food is ready, even the rice is ready. So now we're getting to the process of now presenting our food. I want to learn this. I'm sure at home you also want to learn this. Let's learn this today. Let's not do things, you know, in our casual ways this Christmas. When you're presenting your meal to your guests, let's, you know, entice them. Let's make sure that the meal looks beautiful on the serving platters. So that's what you're going to learn today. How do you garnish your meal? How do you make sure that it's beautiful to the eyes, the aesthetics aspect of presentation, this presentation bit of your meal. So they're getting the platters, and like you're seeing here already, we have some of the platters. We have this, of course, it has water. I'm sure they're going to bring another one. Oh, we have the huge platters. So, Robert, I'm keen to look at this. You know, for us in Africa, we believe that if you have a big family, you can't afford to serve food in an open platter like this. It's going to get cold. We love our food hot. So, just explain to us this. What is going to get in here?
No, this one is just to help to carry. We are not going to expose it. We are going to put in a bowl.
Okay.
Then we get it from there. Then we serve ourselves.
All right. I'm keen to see how you're going to do this. So you take over. Our food is ready. We have, like I told you today, we were preparing Moroccan saffron rice, and today we've learned that there are, you know, bits and tips of saffron. Saffron is really good. So chef is doing this.
Yes, ma'am. It's very, very lovely dish. And it's semi-gravy. And you also hope that enjoy your home. You can cook your home. It's very, very good.
So the camera guy will actually zoom into this. It looks so beautiful. Can you see that? Wow. Even the smell, I mean, wow, this is so sumptuous. So sumptuous. Full of flavors, full of nutrients. This is not beef, guys. This is game meat. Game meat, unfortunately, we can't find it here. But as the chef said, you can use chicken, you can use fish, you can use beef. So let's see the presentation.
Almond.
Okay.
And this one is apricot. Apricot and dates. You can put this one for the garnishing. It's nice, lovely. It look very, very nice.
And we're done with the presentation for the meat?
Yeah. I want to make them salad.
Okay.
This one chickpeas. And this one is dill.
Okay.
This one is cucumber. Cucumber and salt. I'm adding some salt. And olive oil.
And olive oil. Okay.
Very, very nice.
All right. So that's salad.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So this, you said this is chicken piece?
Chickpeas.
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 Okay, and it's locally available.
Yeah, it's locally available.
Okay, and when you buy it, you don't have to prepare it. It's ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. First is boiling them. Is make the cold, and
So you
after
have to boil them first?
yeah, first is boil them, and after it make them cold and just make them salad. But it's very nice. But in Indian also using this one for the morning time, it's breakfast, whatever.
Okay.
But it's go the curry also. But it's very nice, very delicious.
Okay. All right. And it's fresh. When you buy it, is it tough or fresh?
Tough. Like so you are like kidney beans.
So
Dry
meaning,
kidney beans, same like this, come the dry.
okay. So does it carry proteins or vitamins?
It's protein.
It's protein, right, because it's dried. Okay, so that's how we're serving our, salad.
Chickpea salad.
Okay. Nice, nice. So we're going to have our rice as well. We're working on that.
Rice, you see them nice.
Yeah. Nice and yellow.
Yeah, nice and yellow.
Okay.
I can put them here.
It looks really nice, and the contrast of the color. Now that the rice is yellow, not white, and the
Not yellow,
and
not white.
right.
And it's nice, delicious. This one is ready. I'm making just for presentation. It's nice. Okay. Turn for here.
Okay. I've noticed you haven't removed the herb though. Is it the cinnamon, right?
It's no problem. Ma'am.
Okay, yeah.
No problem.
So it can actually act as a garnish.
Yeah, it's garnish also.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
Whoa.
Coriander.
Uh-huh.
One piece is apricot for the garnishing, and your salad. My dish is ready.
Whoa, guys. So you've learned. Let's not just, serve our rice with the plate, with a spoon and put it directly to the plate. You have to make sure that it gets, a shape. So shape up your rice for your guests and your family. Interesting, interesting. So just let's do a recap as we come to a close. What do we have presented on the plate today, Robert?
We have presented game taji. Yes. So those are the accompaniment is rice, chickpeas, then the game meat sauce.
Okay. And this took us roughly 20-30 minutes, right?
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Why is take the 20 to 30 minutes? Because the game meat is little bit tough. You cook the chicken, it can get the 5 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is enough for the chicken and fish. But game meat, goat, beef, it take time.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And like you said, game meat has more benefits,
Yes.
only that we can't find it here locally. But you're saying in replacement of game meat, we can actually go with fish, we can go with chicken, we can go with anything, white meat, anything that is locally available. Okay. And as we come to a close, what are your last remarks, your messages to our viewers today, and just you telling them that they need to get out of their comfort zone in terms of getting new recipes this Christmas season and presenting their meals in the right way? We can start with you, Robert.
Yeah, as we told you that the things that are not expensive, so if you cannot afford this meat of wild meat, as we told you, we can use other meats. So the rice is very cheap, the chickpeas are very cheap. This is our things here in Uganda. So we should love our things. So the only thing which I can tell you, I welcome to loans. Come one, come all.
Okay.
We are very available here.
All right. Thank you so much, Robert. Chef Vijay, your last remarks as we come to a close, if that's your camera.
I tell my regular customers come to welcome. Next year I want to launch the new menu, and it's very nice, delicious. I hope you enjoy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So today we had saffron rice, we had game meat, we had chickpeas as vegetable on the plate. And so that's it. Quite quick. I think I'll try out the recipe this Christmas for my children. They love just cute things on their plates. So that's what we just had for you this Friday. Of course, if we can, be sure to share your recipes, your favorite recipes, and we'll be sure to teach other viewers. So bring them in. The hashtag is Morning at NTV, and maybe we can put Robert and Chef Vijay to the task next time so they can be able to teach the viewers, your new recipes or your favorite recipes at home. It is a festive season. Let's all stay safe. Let's love each other, and let's make sure that we acknowledge the reason for the season. That's it for Morning at NTV on Solutions. Segment Morning at NTV still continues. Up next is Flavia Tumusime with Take Note. Keep it here.